Welcome boys and girls and everyone else to the CubeFace channel, the best YouTube channel when we're talking about cubing. One of you guys asked me to make a PLL tier list. Whenever you do a solve, you end with one of the 21 PLLs, and those algorithms are usually very finger trickable. Sometimes they're pretty long, sometimes they're really fast, but there's 21 of them and I'm gonna put them in a tier list. Look how beautiful I made this, guys. We have the adjacent, the G-perms, the EPLL, the diagonal, and we have Jeff in a tier list. Now, because a lot of you were complaining that I put Jeff into the E tier, that was such a big mistake. He doesn't belong in the E tier. He obviously belongs somewhere. Over here. Alright, let's just start with the JA perm. Now the JA perm, also called the L perm, is this big block with this little bar right here. This is a difficult PLL to start with because the algorithm that I use, it is super fast. But there's one problem with this algorithm. This is the big bar, the AOF will go that way. So if I do it from this side, I can end like so, which is really good. But whenever that isn't the case, it's kind of difficult to like end with an L and then do AUF. And I know there's other algorithms out there, but I think all of them have kind of like the rotation problem. The algorithm is crazy fast, but the AUF is not great. Let's do A. Yeah, let's do A. Now the JB. Oh boy. I don't think it needs much explaining. Like, look at this. Look at this. The algorithm is so fast that it does deserve the O tier. So we started with two great algorithms and we're gonna go straight to the T perm. Now the T perm is pretty much a J perm with one extra move. The finger tricks aren't as good as a J perm in my opinion, but the right way to finger trick it, by the way, is to begin like this. U prime with index, R prime, other U prime with the other finger. Otherwise you're overworking. But even if you do it with regrips, the algorithm is really good. But because it's not as fast as the JB perm, I'm just gonna put it in A tier. The F perm has one big advantage, and that's recognition, because it's the only PLL with a big block, except for the U perms. But with the U perms, you have the solved corner, so that doesn't count. Now, the thing with this algorithm is that you do 3 moves, and then you set up a T perm, and you cancel out the setup moves. It's an extended T perm, so it cannot be as good as a T perm, right? So I'm gonna put it in the B tier. But B tier is still good. Like, I like B. I like B's a lot. Does that make any sense? Now we're going to the R perms. The recognition isn't great. So basically you kind of have a T perm, but because these two colors are opposite, you know it's not a T perm because there's no bar over here. Now recognition from this side then is pretty easy because just watch if these two are opposite. If they're not, you have a T perm. But if you get it from this side, it's like, woo! Now it becomes pretty difficult to recognize if it's an R perm. So a lot of people will definitely do this. The alg itself I use is this one. So let me time it. The alg is fast, but I do mess it up sometimes. Like, it's not the best algorithm. Are we doing B or C? We have a lot of tiers, right? Is it normal to have 7 tiers? Does a tier list have 7 tiers? Honestly, I think 7 tiers is too much. Let's just make it 6. So Jeff, you can be under the charts. Also, I know that J-perm did a PLL tier list long time ago. I'm gonna compare my results to his at the end of the video. So keep watching. Now, the next algorithm. This puts a smile on my face because this algorithm, the RB perm, is the algorithm that gave me my national record. I use this algorithm. I'm gonna put it A. Yes, because I have sentimental value. Like, this gave me my NR. To be honest, it would probably be... No, it would... because it's that reliable, I think it really deserves the A tier. I know there's gonna be a lot of controversy in the comments, but this is my tier list, guys. Go ahead and make your own tier list if you disagree, okay? Okay? I'm beefing with my viewers, yes? That's not a good idea. I'm sorry, guys. Please subscribe. I'm so sorry. Now the A perms. Ooh! So a lot of people like the A perms, but I have a secret, guys. I have personal beef with the A perms. Now, the algorithms themselves are really fast. Like, it's like they're so fast, but the problem is that whenever I have a +2, I probably did a U perm before. I'm gonna demonstrate. You see? That's a DNF. And that's why I have the personal beef. I mess them up a lot of times because of rotations and I don't place my fingers well. If I do the algorithm, it's so fast, but it's not fast in Souls, guys. Now there's 2 versions of the A perm. This is the AA. which I think is slightly faster, but that can just be like placebo. I'm gonna put it in the... Ooh, I'm gonna put it in the C tier. The algorithm is so fast. I know, guys, a lot of people will hate me. Now the ABA perm I will put in the B tier, and the reason for that is, so whenever I get it from this side and I see that these colors line up, I can actually do this algorithm. And this algorithm allows me to not have any rotations or like mess up the AUF and stuff like that. You can probably do the same thing with the other A perm, but it is what it is, okay? You're not gonna change my mind. Let's get over to the G perms. And now I think we're gonna see more things lower down the list. The G perms are notorious for having a lot of arrows. I tried to do the arrows myself. I'm not 100% sure they're correct. Let me know in the comments if they are. One tip, guys, use the algorithms with the D moves, not the white moves. They're more reliable once you know them. Now, look at this, guys. I think if you use the right algorithm, it's so reliable. Honestly, I'm more happy with the GA perm than I am with the AA perm. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna put it in B tier. Yes, controversial, I know. My tier list is gonna get so much hate. Okay, this is the GB perm. Now, a lot of people use this algorithm. It goes like this. There's nothing really wrong with it, but it's just like the one with the D moves is so much more reliable. Trust me, guys. And this time, I think I have to put it in D tier. No, I'm gonna put it in C tier. It's probably in between the two. The next one, though, this one is notorious for probably being the worst G perm. So I do it from this side, headlights to the right. It's a really long algorithm. I think... Let me try again. Can I sub 1 it, please? Yeah, this is sub 1. I know Stewie is gonna comment on this video. Oh, frame counter, it was 1.2 seconds, but I don't care. But guys, I'm starting to use an algorithm from this side, and it goes like this. No regrip. Bam. Which is good, because if you know two algorithms from two opposite sides, that's a bonus. And I've seen people do this in like crazy time, so I'm not used to it yet, but potentially, if I know that algorithm really well, it might go up. But for now, D tier. Because if I get that algorithm, I'm not happy. Now, finally, the GD. This is the algorithm I use. A lot of people use it. I prefer to do it with a regrip, but you can do it without one. It's almost as good, I think, but I just noticed that whenever I do a regrip, I have a bit more control. It's actually a really good G perm. It's almost as good as the GA, to be honest. It's probably just as good, so it deserves the B tier as well. Now we get to the EPLL. So that's basically whenever you have the corners solved and you just move the edges around. The H perm, oh man. I'm really good at the H perms. Another bonus the H perm has, you can do it from every side and the recognition is just so easy. Like I really like the H perm. It might even be Yo tier for me. You're disagreeing again? Well, I don't care. So can the same be said about the Z perm? Well, Z perm you can do from this side or you can do from this side. These two switch. The algorithm is longer than the H perm. Recognition is more difficult, but it's still fast. It's still fast though. Am I more happy with that than a G perm? I might move around some things at the end, but for now I'm gonna keep it like this. Oh boy, we're getting to my favorite PLLs. As you know, diagonal are the last PLLs and those are the worst, so we're gonna see more at the bottom soon. But someone's ringing the door. Ah! Ooh, yes. It's a pedal. I'm actually building this like race sim at home and I'm able to afford a pedal. So I'm just gonna use one brake pedal. I don't know why I'm showing this in the video, but all I have to say is use discount code CUPID for a huge discount, the free CUPID logo, and perhaps one day I can afford a steering wheel. Anyways, U-perms, let's start with the UA. Now, some time ago, I would rate the UB above the UA. But those days are over, because once you know this algorithm, the one I'm gonna show you right now, it's gonna be one of your fastest PLLs. By the way, I use the RU U-perms because of the regrip I said in the beginning, and sometimes you mess up M slices. RU algorithms are the most reliable in my opinion. This algorithm does a U2 AOF, but you start in home grip. It's so fast. I'm gonna put it Yo tier, I think. Although, this boy from this side is probably my fastest PLL. By the way, I use the R3 U-perm. It goes like this, if you're wondering. And I love it. I think it's my favorite. Also, recognition for U-perms is really good, so I think I'm gonna put it in the Yo tier. I have a lot of PLLs in the Yo tier, but perhaps we're gonna move them around a bit at the end. I don't know yet. Let's get rid of all of this for a second. Okay. But now the diagonal PLLs. Oh boy. So we're starting off with the V-perm, and now the V-perm, I used to use the algorithm with rotation, but since very recent, I'm using this algorithm. It's with a wide F move, which sounds really bad, but honestly, I've been pretty consistent at it. I don't mess it up a lot. It's still not good, don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna put it D. That's not good, is it? Next, the Y-perm. Easy recognition because you have 2 bars. Everyone knows it, except for this side. You can kind of confuse it with an E-perm, which we'll get to later. From all the diagonal PLLs, it's probably the favorite because it's basically just 2 OLLs, right? Now that I think of it, I messed this algorithm up and failed a national record average. So that's why I have personal beef with it. So I'm gonna put it next to the V-perm, although it is probably a bit better. But f you, Y-perm. Now, boys, if you get an N-perm, I'm laughing at you if you get an N-perm, because they're pretty bad. But guys, actually, I'm here to tell you they're not as bad as you might think. N-perms are these, I call them like Minecraft torches because they look like a Minecraft torch, don't they? They're all the same on each side. So once again, you have a PLL that you can do from all 4 sides, as well as the recognition is super easy. Ah, yes. No, are you attacking me once again? Ah! Now the NA perm is basically just some setup moves into a JB perm and then undo the setup moves, which makes it a very long algorithm. The time you gain with doing no pre-AUF and the recognition, I think it's worth it. And I wouldn't even put it in D tier. Perhaps not even C tier. Because the recognition, you know what? I'm gonna put it in B tier, which might be very controversial. But I think like the advantages I talked about might actually be worth... No, let's cut the crap. It's a C tier. Now, if you get the NB perm, like honestly, I feel you, bro. The algorithm I use goes like this. Weird regrip. It is pretty reliable, but it's also bad. And I know some people will be saying like, oh, but you also have a regripless algorithm like this one. But come on, bro. Like, are you doing this in a solve? Like, nah. Maybe some people do and do it very successfully, but I don't. You have the same advantages as the NA perm, like no AUF and stuff like that, which might put it in D tier, but I've messed it up so often, I'm gonna put it in F tier. Now, I forgot the name of this PLL. I think it was something like... I'm just called it poop emoji because execution-wise, you can sub 1 it pretty easily even, but the rotation in the beginning, as well as the AUF is kind of weird, and also, and that makes it the worst algorithm, the recognition is really bad. It's an horrible PLL. I think most people agree. But there's another algorithm that doesn't use a regrip. Oh boy, it is better, right? Come on, boy. Let's put it in the F tier. So now we have all the PLLs. This looks good. I'm happy with this. Let's actually see what J-perm ended up with. He did this 3 years ago, so his opinion might have changed. But it's kind of similar in a way, but I think my tier list is better. What you gonna do, Dylan? Anyways, thanks for watching this video. If you have any recommendations of videos I can make about cubing specifically, let me know in the comments and I will see you in the next one. Peace! No, ciao!